We're talking Giants every day. From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes! 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 Oh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
All right, welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. Myself, Eric, and Glenn here on this Wednesday.
Hello.
Always mess up my days. January 8th, 2025. Yeah, wow.
At least you remembered it was 8 p.m. or 8 p.m., not 8 a.m., whatever.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good.
One of those
Man,
days.
I tell you what, a small move done today. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I saw people already bringing up Sam Huff.
Texas.
Whoopity-doo.
Who's this guy?
I know, it's a backup catcher, whatever.
Peanut bender. I smell peanut butter.
We'll get into this later, but I think the last thing we got to worry about that's not a priority. I get it. You got to get it done. But I think this is something that could have been done a little bit later. But
you know what a priority?
Whatever.
You know what a priority is, Eric? Priority is getting that thing taken down.
Yeah. It's a little. You got to get it done, man. Got to get it done.
My daughter loved putting it up. Yeah, I'll take it down tomorrow, Dad.
Yeah, it always sucks putting it down. Anyways, I hope everyone's having a good night out there tonight. Again, before we get any deeper in this, Glenn, me and you were talking about a little bit earlier. Again, thoughts and prayers. Sounds like that Sunset Fire that broke out in LA is actually being under control. The one that was in the Hollywood Hills. Oh, it sounds like they're getting that one under control. Thankfully, they're doing a lot of those air attacks on it, and it looks like they're squashing it down. Anyways, guys, thoughts and prayers to all those who are over there that may be going through it. I know we have a few viewers who are down in the LA area. Again, I don't know if they're in the affected areas, but again, thoughts and prayers. It sucks, man. You know, we're able to come here and kind of enjoy what we're doing here. And you got people whose lives are being affected, Glenn.
Mm-hmm. I've never loved LA as much as I do today, buddy.
That's fair.
News coverage. I texted you earlier. I thought the word was appropriate. Apocalyptic, man.
Yeah, it does, especially at nighttime.
Dude, did you see the last thing I saw before we went on the air was I was flipping around Fox, CNN, NBC. ABC had a live guy in an unscathed area, like miles away from any kind of fires, and the palm tree in somebody's yard just poof, went up.
Yeah, I know,
and
man.
That was it. The embers, like, you know, when I think of an ember, Eric, you know, you have a little camp. There's no campfire, obviously, but yeah, I picture, you know, the little embers.
Yeah. You don't think
these are like
this is different.
Freaking mortar size, just flying around, dude. You gotta wear a hard helmet. This, I tell you, dude, this is. I sometimes you can't put things into words, Eric.
You can't, right? And when you got 65-mile-per-hour winds whipping through there. Then you got all it takes is a little spark, and the next thing you know, you have an inferno, and it's horrible.
It's the absolutely horrible. It's not one or two. It's that one flies into what do we got? 4 or 5 going now, Eric, and a couple of uncontained.
Yeah,
we don't know what to do.
It's so weird.
How do they get this thing? How do they squash it, Eric?
Man, you just got to keep hitting at it. The problem is they've been having issues with water pressure, and then they couldn't do the air attack for the simple fact because of the winds and the smoke. So, what's up, Mike? It's complicated, man. It's just not as easy as it sounds. Like, hey, we'll just pull up with a freaking fire truck and start dousing. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. I mean, it's an environment that you got to fight, not just the fire itself, man. It's
one thing that's different up here in Canada, where I'm back for about 3 weeks. I'm back up in Winnipeg, had Christmas back home, and Bernice had enough of me. Should hit the road, Jack. But one thing in the summers here, we get you may remember a couple of years ago, Eric, we get our fair share of
you guys, matter of fact, the fires were affecting the East Coast, right?
They were canceling Yankee games.
Canceling games, exactly.
The ballpark. But the one thing we have here that I just, I couldn't comprehend first is the fact that if we get a bad fire, a couple of days and, the half of a province, there's so much woodland up in Canada, right? With the lumbers. That, okay, we're 24, 48, 72 hours away from a heavy rainfall.
Right.
You don't get that. No. That's why I keep looking at these news coverages and thinking, what do you do? Dude, I don't envy the firefighters, the police, any of those
it's tough,
people
man.
in those organizations,
it's not easy, man. It is not easy.
Oh, and one thing I get, Angry Glenn's coming out of the chute tonight, Eric. All right. So a couple of minutes ago, I flip on the news. What happens? The news is covering the Hollywood Hills. The guy comes running. Dude, I couldn't carry all the surfboards, man. What a collection.
Yeah.
Crimes of opportunity. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Hey, man, dude, I'm telling you.
Come on.
Look, you got to put yourself. Look, Glenn, hey, you're talking about people with their possessions?
No, the news, ABC News is covering that palm tree.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude comes out of the, and we're talking major homes up there in the Hollywood.
Yeah, I know, multi-million
dollars.
Nothing
like you or I. It was like, we live in the corner of the garage compared to those people.
Yeah, I know.
And there are guys coming at crimes of opportunity. Hey, I got 6 surfboards, couldn't carry anymore. And the news people are trying to stop them and all hell's breaking loose. I'm like, come on, guys. Like,
yeah.
You know what, Eric? The world's got a freaking hell, man.
Wow.
It looks like hell. Driving through hell, some of the footage, man. I don't know what to say. Let's just move on.
I'm sorry. There are some low people on this earth, but for those of you who are taking advantage of those who are leaving with their lives, they don't know what they're going to come back to. Come on, man.
Going in empty-handed with a flashlight, coming out with bags of goodies. Jesus. Yeah. Anyway, that kind of pissed me off before the show. I didn't even think of that, to be honest with you, Eric. You're caught up in like you said, people trying to get out with their pets. I got
absolutely,
Flores now here. He's sleeping somewhere, but I'm thinking people were crying. They're like, my pet's just, burned to death.
I know. And I saw
how many people in LA, Eric, you know the area better than I do. All right. These areas in what I call the suburbs of LA. How many people have horses?
In that area, quite a bit. Yeah.
There's horses, people going down the street with horses. I was like, I didn't see that coming.
Hey, well, in that part of in that part of LA, you're going to have people that have, they're going to have a little bit more property, and then they have the ability, of course, to have horses. And it's sad there. I saw something. There was a guy, him and his son, they were taking their horses and their dogs. I guess they opened up the Rose Bowl. They opened up the Rose Bowl for large animals to bring have their people to come and bring their large animals. Yeah. But that's what he said. Hey, I got my horses, I got my dogs, and we're alive, and that's all that matters.
Dude, a place of joy last week. You had the Rose Bowl down in Pasadena, and look just almost overnight. Look what that's terrible.
I know.
Mike, don't start with the Christmas tree. I just said to Eric, or it's over here. Yeah. That thing's got to. My daughter didn't mind putting it up, but I can't get her to take it down. You could see that in February show, man. That might be we would decorate it with red lights. It'll be our Valentine.
Why not? Hey, why not?
It might be there. Anyway, what do we got going on tonight, Eric? Open chat. What are we doing?
It might get to that. Are the San Francisco Giants
talk about Sam Huff for the next 2 hours?
No, we're not talking Sam Huff for 2 hours. We're going to talk about him, but are the San Francisco Giants done adding for 2025?
Well,
I think it's a valid question.
We had a special guest come on and kind of, I loved it last night. You were reading the chat back and I had 101 questions for this guy.
Good stuff.
Not only is this guy educated, passionate about the Giants, just a good guy.
He's a good guy, and he loves the game of baseball, man.
He's just so easy to talk. He's one of the boys, really. He talks to you like there's just, hey, dude, he give me his thoughts on things. We had an off-camera chat, and he was filling me in on things to, go around baseball. We don't see, which is kind of cool having him on the show, Eric. So we got kind of sidetracked last night. But right out of the gate, you say, are we going to do anything? Here's what I'll ask you to start the show, Eric. 2 weeks ago, you talk about no lies and no shenanigans. Now, I thought the word from the Giants and the man upstairs there, Buster Posey, was, all right, the pitching solidified. This is what we're going with. And then we signed. Now, I don't want to get into a big song and dance over it again tonight, guys, but I am not sold on a 42. You think, listen, 35-year-old Sagano and a 42-year-old pitcher, big difference. One may have more major league experience, but one of them, God, he's going to be, Eric, he's 40, 20 years from now, he's going to be in the seniors. 55, he can get seniors housing, dude.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Are you on board with me? Have you kind of had time to reconsider? What are your thoughts tonight, buddy?
Tell you what, before I get into Verlander, I see they're already answering the question. Are the San Francisco people, a lot of people are saying no, and I get it. I understand it. I get it. It's weird. I don't know. One thing, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're $26 million away from hitting the CBT. Again, is the organization want to even get to the CBT? Are they done with the free agent signings? Are they not done with the free agent signings? Are they going to make a trade? I don't know. I like to think they are. As a matter of fact, a few episodes ago, Glenn, I thought the next move that the Giants make was going to be a trade. I thought they were done necessarily with free agents. Mm-hmm. Or, if there's an opportunity, hey, maybe you can.
But like Paul said on the show last night, we thought there was going to be a trade, and he kind of talked about it briefly last night at times. But, is there a sense of what was that word? Sense of panic, Eric?
Desperation.
Is that the best? Are we getting the best of the last to choose from? Are we the last dog at the bowl again, buddy?
Let's do this then. Okay. If you guys want to go through this again, we can, but here we're going to be going back and forth, guys. There's no way. Here's the thing, right? And I put this in the description. Buster Posey got the extension for Matt Chapman, right? Basically, even though it was during the season last year, that was a move for the future.
Yeah.
Okay? You go out there and you honestly, the Willy Adames signing came out of nowhere. When it was exciting. You got your shortstop that you've been wanting, and he's got a bat, right? So things were looking good. All of a sudden, there was nothing. Weeks go by. The whole story at that time was it was only a matter of time before we signed Corbin Burnes. Remember, that's what it was. We're going to get Corbin Burnes. No doubt about it.
False.
Right? That's what. And then, of course, it fell by the wayside. He decides to sign with the Diamondbacks. We don't know the whole story, so I'm not going to even try to get into that. And then you get the Verlander signing yesterday. Now, what I'm trying, it's hard for me to sit here and say that the Giants have to be done for the simple fact. Why would you get Chapman? Why would you get Willy Adames if you weren't trying to do something?
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, and I know there's people out there who like Verlander, but all I'm saying is that a move that you Giants fans out there, was that a move that you guys expected to improve, considering the moves that Buster Posey has already made?
Well, look at Johnny T16 in the chat. He says Verlander's a proven big leaguer. Okay. And thank you, Johnny T, for reaching out when I was out of the lineup here. But, I'm glad to be back with you. You kind of reached out, Johnny T. So I appreciate that, buddy. But, all right, Ted Williams well, God rest his soul, but he was Ozzie Smith, Eric. These are, they were great players, weren't they? But when do you call it? Buster Posey? He knew when to hang it up, Eric. Buster Posey, Hall of Fame catcher, retired quite, in my opinion, quite young at the top of his craft, man. He was good. No doubt about it. I think he could still play today. But when you say he's a proven veteran, well, God, he's 42, Eric, and I don't think. Look at his numbers last year. I don't think what's his ERA going to be 9 this year?
We don't know. We'll find out. I
just think it scares me.
We don't know. I don't like it.
Me.
Again, there seems to be a little bit too much of hope in that. There's a lot more hope in that deal than there is substance. And let me go on this. And this is the part that makes absolutely no sense to me. Look, I get it. Verlander, he's a professional. I get it. But there's 2 points I want to make here, Glenn. The first thing, everything that I hear about the signing of Verlander, what is the first thing they say about Verlander? What's the main reason why the Giants have?
I'll respond at the end. I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. Look,
I have thoughts.
When you sign a starting pitcher, the priority should not be mentoring. It should be going out there, taking the ball every 5th day and giving the best chance for the team to win. Okay? Period. I understand there's a secondary value in that he can help the kids. I get it. I understand that. But to make that as your priority, there's something wrong, guys. It's something wrong. And yes, it's 1 year, 1 deal or 1 year. I get it. I see you out there, the GOAT. I understand that. I totally understand it. Here's my biggest issue. San Francisco Giants. What is one thing that usually the Giants don't have an issue with in free agency? And that is starting pitching. You're in a pitcher's ballpark. It's going to be friendly to you. Giants don't have issues with starting, and the Giants have a reputation of developing pitchers, right? They have that reputation. So it's not hard. So how is it so damn hard this year for the Giants to sign a damn starting pitcher that isn't 42 years old? That's the part I don't understand. Look, I'm not trying to shit on Verlander, but I'm just saying there should have been other options out there that the Giants could have gone where it's a little bit more, what do you want to say? More stable, I guess.
There you
go. For some reason, it's weird. I did not expect the Giants to sign Willy Adames and then miss on pitchers. It's weird because what have we always said here? Oh yeah, it's always hard to get. The Giants always seem to have a difficulty signing bat or getting a free agent bat. Well, there was no issue in getting Willy Adames, but for some reason, it's like pulling teeth when we're trying to get a starting pitcher. Now, maybe it's because of the contract they were asking, but hey, that's just the nature of the game now, man.
Oh, you want to play with it? Right? What I say, you want to play with the big boys? Come on,
it's the nature of the game. Now, again, am I sitting here saying Verlander is going to be an absolute zero? I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is something just seems off with that particular move. I understand Chapman's going to be good for 3 or 4 years. I understand Willy Adames. He's probably going to be better for, we'll say, 4 to 5 years. But it just seems a little bit weird. And again, I'm hoping that there is going to be something coming down the pike because it doesn't seem like, hey, this is what we're rolling with in 2025.
Good Lord.
And go. I don't know.
Can I respond now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, Maiko. I'll do this. It's in no particular order. Maiko, good friend of the channel, good friend of mine over here, has good things to say on the most part. He says, Glenn, it's a 1-year deal. Weren't we harping on 99.9% of you, including Eric? I don't like throwing you under the bus, Eric, but hey, it fits. You can't sign 35-year-old Sagano. I said, well, 1-year deal. Now, what are we talking about? Everybody would yell at me. So why you would think that, hey, it's only a 1-year deal. All of a sudden, it's smelling like cinnamon and roses all of a sudden. Well, it's Verlander. We got him only for 1 year. All of a sudden, that's supposed to make things great when you weren't interested in taking I'd rather take a flyer on Sagano with his numbers, Eric, than Verlander. So something you touched on gets me all fired up again here. Angry Glenn is back, baby. You said, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but you should be, after signing Adames, I thought, I agree with you. Something big coming down, or at least something of a positive note. This, I feel like, is, all right, we're just, the soup label, we're down at the bottom of the pot, man. We're just at the bottom of the barrel. We're just, Verlander was the best we could do. You enter the season now, and again, to paraphrase Eric, you're not going in with hopes of grandeur, like, geez, I hope we get something good out of him. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You enter the season going, holy crap, we got Verlander. This is going to be epic. You're like, Jesus, I hope he doesn't die by July, dude. He's got like wicked, god-awful numbers. And didn't you say all along, you and I got heated a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about Snell, and there was the debate of, I said, when Snell's on, boy, he's worth his money. And you said, well, you didn't get the first half. My fear is, an aged 42-year-old pitcher, what are you going to get in the second half, Eric? Is he going to wear down earlier? The dog days of August could come July 4th. Yeah. Set off the fireworks. It's over.
Good.
I don't know, Eric. I just don't think the benefits outweigh a lot of risk.
Yep, I agree. San Jose Sharks, look, he brings it in. He goes, Eric, maybe this is a prove-it contract because Verlander is chasing history, close to 300 wins. He may be the last pitcher to hit 300. You know what that sounds like?
I don't build my ball team over trying to get, we signed a guy, we got him his 300th. You build a team to win, Eric.
Hold on.
Come on.
I don't look as much as that, how fantastic it would be to get him 300 wins. What does that have anything to do with the San Francisco Giants? That's exactly what I'm saying.
Miami. Jesus.
Come on. I don't care about his 300th win. I want the Giants to be better. That's all I want. Well, and yes, it's only a 1-year deal, so it's not a big deal. I get it. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, throw out the young guys then. Just throw out the young guys.
30.
Just throw out the young guys.
300.
Why not just bring up Wisenhunt or somebody else? I just don't know. It means more wins for us. Okay.
I don't know, man. Sure. I just Eric.
And you guys all know where I feel about wins and losses for a starting pitcher. I understand people think it's still valuable, but I'm not sold on it. That's just me. I just want you to go out there, pitch the best game you can. If you get the win, fantastic. But it's a team effort. It's just the pitcher alone does not win the game.
Well, we'll get into that a little later. Guys, we're looking up somebody earlier. I have to scroll way back. So did you see somebody posted, here's our lineup? That lineup is weak, Eric. That is head-to-head, other teams against us.
I wouldn't say it's weak. It's not weak, but it's not.
I think it's below average.
Optimal.
Lamont Wade Jr., Wilmer Flores, Tyler Fitzgerald.
Well,
everybody around the league's looking at that lineup, Eric, and I'm sure they're not like, we try to keep it positive.
I get it.
Over on the other channels, in New York, the Met channel's not going, holy crap, look at that giant lineup, baby.
Hold on, but there's things coming. That's the thing. First base it's a mess right now, right? It's a mess. But we got Bryce Eldridge coming. That's exciting. And I'm excited about that. I want to see what Eldridge can do. By the way, MLB Pipeline had an interesting little tweet out there earlier today that I'll bring up. So I'm not worried about first base so much. Now, you got Yaz in right field, but you know what? Let's see what we talked about it yesterday, Glenn. Let's see what Luis Matos can bring. Maybe Luis Matos could be the answer in your right field solution, man. Who knows? Let's see.
Right? I hate that word. I'd like to see him righty and lefty. You got
no. I don't want to platoon him. You know what I want? You throw out there Matos, you start him, and again, if you get the lead and you need to protect that lead, then you throw in Yaz as your defensive replacement or as a pinch hitter during the game. That's the only time. Matos needs to be out there at least for 7 damn. Right. He needs to get 3 at bats every game,
and maybe Yaz come in defensively 8th. Pinch hit, maybe.
That's fine.
But, hey, I didn't think I'd ever say this, dude. So I caught a little of NorCal show earlier tonight, and I don't usually agree with Lou Marsden. Made a beautiful point. All right, Lou, got to give you credit for this one, baby. He says, what is the – and Yaz, Lamont Wade, I think he used Lamont Wade's name, but I'll throw in Yaz. What is the San Francisco Giants? And again, you can say this about people saying about signing for his 300th win. What is the idea that the San Francisco Giants just fall in love with these players? Oh, Pablo was great for us. And 5 years later, let's bring back overweight Pablo. What is their love affair with certain players, Eric, that you just can't cut bait? And when you say Matos playing every day in right field, tell you why. After talking with Paul last night in the show and privately in a chat earlier today and last night, what happens? You got a guy, you're paying him this much, you're paying Yaz $10 million. Who do you think is going to play?
True, but hold on. You got to be careful with this, and I'll tell you why. This is where you're starting to get into the business of baseball, and Paul Pye can understand where I'm going with this. Anywhere that, for example, if Yaz was on another team and he had the same numbers, if he went to arbitration, you know how much he's going to get? $9.5 million. That's what it, because remember, he's not being paid as a free agent. He's being paid through arbitration. So the Giants have to get close to whatever that arbitration number is, because if it does go to arbitration, which it didn't, he could come out winning and get paid what he's supposed to get paid. And they probably would have awarded him $9.5 million. So that, I would say that is a wash. They're using Yaz just because he's in arbitration. And then next year we'll no longer see, I can almost guarantee we'll no longer see Yaz after next year. That's just the way it is. And that's what you're going to pay, unfortunately, for a bench player right now. I mean, everything's exaggerated. So, I mean, it is what it is when it comes to that. But I want to see Matos. And Glenn, to go back to your point, and Turd Ferguson, I saw your point, and I'm going to hit it here in a little bit. It's going to be, I think, a fairly exciting team if they have Matos. Listen to me. Ramos, a full year of full year of Ramos, full year of Jung-Hoo Lee, full year of Matos. Right there, I'm happy. I like that. It may not be like freaking Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman, but I like that. Chapman will do what he does. Willy Adames will be exciting to watch. Fitzgerald, we'll see. One thing I like about Fitzgerald, when he gets on the bases, man, the dude could he could do some damage. And then at first base, you're going to have Bryce Eldridge. That's not so bad, right? That's if they're going to quote unquote produce, I think that'd be kind of fun. Don't you think, Glenn?
I don't know. You look around at other teams though.
No, I get it.
You have to know a little bit about baseball or else this wouldn't make sense, but you put the teams opening day lineups. Okay. Today we're playing Cincinnati. You put their lineup against ours. I go, oh, geez, look what he brings. I'm like, I just don't feel good about our team, especially Matt Chapman. Okay. Matt Chapman. Is he going to hit? There are a lot of questions. That's why, Eric, it's like pitching. Aren't we entering the season, as much as you're trying to give it the old college try, aren't we entering the season with a lot of question marks hanging over us? What are we going to get from Jung-Hoo Lee? Will he stay healthy? He was hurt before he even came to Major League Baseball. He couldn't stay healthy. We got about 40-some games out of him last year dropped down in the outfield. And, dude, couldn't get a hit with a runner in scoring position for Mr. Third Baseman, Matt Chapman. Ramos struggled mightily in the second half, and he didn't even play a whole season, Eric. And Bailey. Had a long talk with somebody today about Bailey. Bailey better pick it up in the batting average, man. Somebody in the chat says they're excited to see Huff come in. Maybe they'll put a little fire under him. I just think there's a lot of question marks. And again, it's not just the batting, not just the hitting. I think there are a lot of question marks hovering over the entire organization. I expected, if not to rebuild this thing in 1 year or one off season, at least I thought we'd see a little bit more productivity in the offseason, because, Eric, there have been a lot of, maybe not promises, but a lot of letdowns for me so far this offseason. We built out. Who didn't think Burnes was coming here? Everybody turn on the Major League Baseball Network every morning. I wake up, put it on. Burnes close to signing. It'll be San Francisco, or they pick another team. It was always San Francisco. And then I was brave enough to come on the show and say, Eric, mystery team, buddy. It's just taking too long. What happens? You go on the show and go, shit, man. Arizona. So it didn't really surprise me as much as it was heartbreaking. But I think there are question marks. And somebody put in and again, I'll paraphrase. I got to go back and find it. I never will. Somebody in the chat says, when you're you don't win games, nostalgia is all you got. Is that what we're doing, Eric? After 6 years of bullshit, is that what we're doing? Nostalgia.
Here we go. Hold on. Okay, I'll get to the nostalgia. But this is to your point, because I think there's something at play here. Turd, there could be, Eddie, Farhan or Posey, it don't matter. More evidence this organization ownership board is the detriment to the actual roster. Non-baseball people making baseball decision is a bad recipe. Turd, you may not be wrong. Now let's it's not necessarily the board as much as one person, and that's Greg Johnson. He's the one, man. He's the one that says yay or nay. And it seems like there's a lot more nays that's going on than yays. And yes, and I talked about this. Matter of fact, not last night, but the night before, Glenn, the night before you came back on yesterday, you got to be a fan, right? If you're an owner, shouldn't you be a fan of the game, and specifically a fan of the club that you own? Not to the detriment of like Steve Cohen. Look, not everyone's Steve Cohen, but don't you have to have a love for the game and a love to compete and try to go out there and do the best you can as putting the roster together?
You say not as much. You should be like Cohen. I can tell you this, Eric.
Well, I'm talking to not spending like a drunken. Come on, you got to have a little bit.
No, but show up at the ballpark. I mean,
skaters,
maybe skaters. Skaters is at a lot of games. So am I. If you put us in the same pot, mixed us up, threw in a little salt, we probably, between the two of us, attend every game of the season. One of us is in-house. I've never seen Charles Johnson around that ballpark.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm watching the coverage, it's only a couple of times you'll see him back there in the owner's box.
Facing the franchise. It's a great day for baseball. People yelling at him down at the 415 entrance. Yeah, we're only 19 out of the 500 mark. He's trying to whoop up the crowd. And boy, they were in a frenzy that day. They were screaming at him. We were on about a 9-game schneid. But yeah, ownership, Eric. Do you really think along those lines, like some in the chat? Do you think, if you have an owner, I can see an owner who's invested to win and he's at the game. But if Charles Johnson is the guy saying, all right, pull the trigger on this move, you're not a baseball man, Eric. You hire. I'm lucky I own all my stations, radio stations now. But if I hired you, Eric, to be my general manager, and you said, Glenn, I got $240,000 left in my budget. I go, all right, let me know who you hired to do the morning show, Eric. That's your job, not the owners. I put people in place to do the job. The owner owns the team and says, here are my guys, my chess pieces on the board. Eric, go build me a winning team. Otherwise, is Charles Johnson the GM? That's what you're inferring. You're like, is he calling? Like, is that what it's come to? It's my money. I'm calling the shots.
Well, here's the deal. Well, now, what would you do if I came to you and said, hey, we need to get this guy. This guy's going to be good, but we're going to have to go over budget a little bit. What would you do?
Well, depending on how much, you're talking.
Right. That's exactly. I get it.
You had to do that. If you come in and said, Glenn, we got 240 and he wants 360, I go, geez, you're talking 40. Eric?
Now it depends on the talent, right? Would it be dependent? What if it's this is a hypothetical.
I know
that. Hey, I'm getting you Mad Dog Russo. Then what do?
Then I have a meeting.
Yeah, there you go.
I have a meeting because it's not just you at that point.
Yeah, now
I have a board of directors meeting, or I'm the board because I own the. Same with Charles. I own 100% of my shares. He owns what? Majority, which he could even be below 500, but he has majority ownership.
He has majority, so he's the guy.
So what does that give you? Final say.
Yeah.
But I got to sit down in that situation. I would say, all right, Eric, give me a couple hours, call an emergency meeting, get my sales guys in. I got to know what's the return on my investment.
Right. Absolutely. You do. Now,
I don't just go wildly and go, holy shit, he's great. Hire him if I'm not making money.
Right. I get it. I understand. Now, okay.
Or ratings or something in radio. So if it doesn't, if you go, we might pick up. It's going to
get you the ratings, but not necessarily the money.
0.4 in the book, what we call it, the ratings book. I'd go, Well, that's not a great investment on my
Right.
dollar.
Correct.
I'll take
But
the
if
owner. You can, Eric, you know what? I harped on people go, oh, Glenn doesn't know business. Eric, sometimes it's okay to be a smaller fish in the market. You could be the number 6 radio station in a market of 18 stations. A third, you're not in the top 5. No, but my investment return is bigger than any of those other 5 who are spending $1 billion on talent.
Okay, that's fair. Look, and
again, isn't that the way though? Do you not agree with me and feel that smells of the way?
There you go. Here you go. This is what I'm trying to get.
Spend this to make this. Don't overspend. It's gonna meet.
There's a little bit of a difference. I mean, I guess we kind of can compare it. If you think about it, what if the guy that you get, you're spending a lot of money, but you know what? Now you're in contention for winning your division. You know what I'm saying? But it's costing you a lot more money. I mean, it all depends on what you. Now, what does Greg Johnson value? Does he value that bottom line more than he does having a competitive team? Does he want to make a bigger bang with the buck than he does with the ratings? I should say the standings in the NL West.
Well, here's yes, true, exactly. However, and this is just a caveat to that, most people in business, in my business, Eric, in my business, I got to look at the books at the end of the year. I make a healthy living. I do pretty well. But at the end of the year, I don't go, if I didn't make any money, it's okay. We're number 1. You're number 1 station in the entire market. Go, if I didn't make any money.
There you go. And that's the thing. So if you're Cohen, Eric, there's a difference between having 90% of Major League Baseball who operated as a business. Mm-hmm. Correct.
And the other 10% who are like Cohen and goes, I don't care what you spend. It's my toy. There are people in radio. I go to radio meetings in Gatineau, the home of the CRTC, the legislative board. You know, I'm one of the youngest owners, even at my age. And I go in there. I'm not wearing the $10,000 suit. And these guys are going in all dressed up. I drink a beer, man. They got to drink wine. It's my little, they're like, oh, you own QX 104. And oh, yes. And his wife's there. And I'm like, yeah, I own this station. I'm in it to make money. And here's what I got to fight about. And this, the percentage of the content of rock music I got to play. I'm all businessman. They're just sipping their wine. Dude, there's a difference between the fans and the team.
And if you think about it, I mean, I guess it's kind of comparing apples to oranges because, what do you get if you're number 1 in the radio business? You don't get nothing. You still got to make money, right? Now with a baseball team, it's twofold. You want to make money and you want to, hey, what's up, Benji? Hope you're safe down there, buddy. But you also you own a baseball club. What is the purpose of owning a baseball club? Well, it should be, hey, man, I want to win. That's what it should be. But
so then I think the question might be to go into the Giants office, Eric, or be a fly in the wall and find out, all right, especially in the National League Western Division. If you just sort of every year throw in the towel and go, well, we're not going to win the World Series.
Yeah.
We may not even finish second. Padres are looking good. Jesus, that Arizona Diamondbacks are a little pesky. So do you go, how at what point do you keep spending to lose? It's dude, there's so many, we're all fans here and you look at it that way, but in my real life, business is so utterly different, dude.
And HB has a great point here, right? Glenn, he has a point here. Giants are gluttons swimming in cash. Don't protect these. I'm not protecting nobody. All I'm trying to do is just talk about what we think it is, what we may think. Look, I'm not advocating at all. I'm just trying to put myself in what the mindset of the owners are. Look,
but wait a second.
Do I agree? No, I don't.
Bring that up again, Eric. Will you do that for me? See what HB says. The Giants are gluttons swimming in cash. They don't protect the billionaires. I'm not protecting any of those owners. But you got to keep in mind, Eric, if you're worth $1 billion and I'm worth $20 billion, and they go, Jesus, Eric, why the hell are you not, why did you not go out and sign Burnes and get Snell back, why you spend that money? You go, well, tell you what, I don't get much say in it. I just invested my money. Somebody's calling the shots, Eric. So to say the Giants are gluttons, you're talking about all the owners, the gluttons. If one guy is calling the shots, then one man is to blame, not an entire ownership group.
Yeah, it's not the entire ownership group, because I'm sure there's probably people on the ownership group who probably want to go out there and win. But again,
Eric, do you or anybody in the chat, I posed this question to you because I don't know the answer. How many ownership groups in Major League Baseball or professional sports are this majority owned?
I couldn't not tell you. I don't know.
Are
you talking about how many having like 30 freaking different owners?
I mean, honestly, Eric, I can not imagine owning a business saying I own a business.
But that doesn't matter.
This is our channel. Two of us.
Yeah.
We don't always see eye to eye. Can you imagine 30 of us? Well, we have an ownership at Giant Sports Talk Live, 30 people. It'd be off the rails, Eric.
It'd be off the rails. But here's the thing. Let's not get hung up in the 30, because it's not really 30. Even though there's 30 owners, there's only one guy making that decision, and that's Greg Johnson. That's it, period. That's it. I mean, it makes it sound, it sounds crazy having 30 owners, but it's only one guy making the decisions. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
But do you agree with me in his statement? I say you can't lay blame on the entire ownership group.
Not the entire ownership group. You can't. Really? Because there's guys out there who probably want to win. But hey, you're at the mercy of the guy who has the majority stake. And if
I knew someone in that ownership group and could come on this show and go, Eric, he's got a point, because Joe Blow, who lives in my condo building down on Berry Street, he has 10 million invested in that team. And he says, and then if he goes, I don't want to, I get a nice investment. If he takes that route, then hey, shit on him.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
When you have the investment,
not going to do that.
You don't get to call. They're basically, you know what they become, Eric? They're like silent partners.
Look, I'm telling you, they're all going to fall
money in, and you hope you make some money back. And don't you think if you got 30 owners, that there are a lot of them on board there, especially the older crew, are just saying, I'd like to see a tiny little investment at the end of the year. It's not about winning. Hey, we got a little ball club over there. I invested a few $1 million in. Let's just show me my return.
Just go take a look at some of the names on the list and just do a Google search on them, and you could see where these people are about.
But they're not about baseball.
Yeah.
They're investors.
I think there's a couple of guys who own some soccer clubs, but whatever, man. Whatever. I didn't mean to go down this road because, again,
it's a good topic.
It's a good topic, and it does affect. I mean, again, are the Giants done adding in 2025? People have said no. Is there anyone else there that disagrees? Is there anybody out there that thinks that, yes, this is it. This is all the Giants are going to do. And this is what they're going to be rolling with in 2025. Is there a trade? Free agency? I don't know. You've got very little money. Now, Paul made a great point yesterday. You can get a free agent. There is a possibility of getting a big free agent.
Wilmer Flores is here.
Yeah, I see him. There he is.
Little Wilmer Flores, the newest addition to Giants Sports Talk Live. Say bye.
Are we going to be able to do a deferments? Can we do deferments? That's going to be the key, because you could, right? That's what they've done with some of these other guys. Yeah, you could pay. For example, say you go out there and you get great Alex Bregman. I'll just use him. Hell, Pete Alonso. Since there's more Pete Alonso fans. Say you go out there and get Pete Alonso. You're going to get him $30 million a year for 5 years, whatever, and then you defer $10 million of it. So now you're only paying 20. So now you're 6 under. Yeah, I mean, is that a possibility? Yeah, of course that's a possibility.
Uh-huh.
Now, Brian, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That could be. But boy, I tell you, that is taking a gamble. I'm not saying, look, dude, I'm the one that's been saying it's a good possibility.
If I was betting, I would have had more skin in the game on Burnes coming here, guys.
Right.
Again, now, this is Giant being a Giants fan. You got to keep. Well, I hope, Eric. I hope.
What's up, Godfather?
Hey, Godfather, looking good too. I got more hair at my age than you, but that's all right.
He ain't messing around.
No. A close shave.
Again, if I tell you what, if the Giants, and I've said this before, if the only other move this offseason is Roki Sasaki, I will be happy. I will be happy. If you don't get Roki Sasaki,
okay, where do you say?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say. If we don't, what's up, C. Davis?
Hey, C. Davis.
Oh my God!
Oh, you're going radio silent on me. If they don't get Roki, it's
yeah. What exactly? You get locked up. Everything gets locked up because, and Cole's saying trades are incoming. Are they? Are the trades incoming? Look, because here's the deal.
Oh, we hope.
Yeah,
you're hoping in capital letters. Trades incoming, I hope.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you make a trade? Oh God, I gotta figure this one out here, guys. I want to make it so I know exactly. First off, who is the most valuable player that the Giants can trade right now without affecting drastically the roster? And you guys probably know where I'm going with this. I've said it before. Who's the one guy you can afford to trade but has the most value?
The most value?
And it's not Webb. Webb ain't going nowhere.
Harrison.
You got Eldridge. Eldridge ain't moving.
Harrison.
I think it's Harrison. I'm going to stick with Harrison, okay? Because as far as a position player, you can't afford to trade any position players right now. That's on the 40-man.
No, I say it's thin.
And you're not going to trade. You're not trading Bryce Eldridge. That's just not happening. We're going to talk a little bit of Bryce here a little bit later. Okay? So you got Harrison. Now, that being said, if you do not sign Roki Sasaki, can you afford to trade Kyle Harrison?
Oh, boy.
Do you see what I'm going with this?
So you add a position player, Eric, and what I think is a little suspect pitching, it gets even more suspect. That's why we're on thin ice. We're on thin ice.
You trade a lefty starting pitcher because that's the most value. That's why. Yeah. That's why. And you got to trade again. You're not trading him for peanuts. You're trading him for something big.
And
there's no way. But you can't. There's no way you can move Harrison unless you get Roki. Look, because are you going to roll? Seriously, are you going to roll a starting rotation without Harrison if you don't have Roki Sasaki? What's up, Demon D? Do you? To me, that doesn't seem right.
And again, I always take a negative impact on this. So what if you do trade Harrison, guys? You trade Harrison, you go, oh, we got a nice little bat. Or we get a guy who can steal his bases or a little clutch player. Then all of a sudden,
you're Jan. They're not. No, they're not. Seriously, are they? No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's Coach Dan. We better get confirmation on that.
Dan,
is he
come
serious?
on.
Is he serious? Are they that cheap? They can't change the banner out in left field?
Are you? I just totally lost my train of thought just by seeing that. Thanks,
Marketing.
Dan.
I was in the middle of a thought there.
Thanks, Jan. But no, I just don't think you trade anybody without getting Sasaki.
I was just in the process of saying to the chat and you, Eric, that if you were to trade Harrison, guys, to add that bat, a pesky little bat, whatever aspect you're looking for, a little more pop, a little more speed, whatever you want, you're getting a player, right? Because you can't be trading Harrison for the future, like a bunch of prospects, Eric. You need people. So if you trade Harrison, dude, then you go back to what I've said for months. You're an injury away from an implosion, Eric. And if somebody goes down, Robbie Rowe goes down, or heaven forbid, you trade Harrison and then Webb goes down, Eric, it's over before it gets underway. Although there's Jordan Hicks. Rah, rah, rah.
Well, their website still says freaking nothing like it. They changed the font.
Oh, is that what it is?
They changed the font.
Hire a marketing director over there.
They changed the font. I mean, it's not. Look, it's inconsequential, right? It has nothing to do. But God,
it just reeks of cheap, Eric. Oh, there you go, Justin.
Yeah.
Did you see what Justin said? Bingo.
Did they fire the marketing team? Ask Mark Washington.
That's what I'm thinking, man.
Again, here, let me go back to this now. Unbelievable. Only the Giants, man. Unoriginal, man.
Everything they do, Eric, everything they do, whether it's player moves, the marketing department, the cheap-ass bobbleheads I go and get that are piled up in my garage, everything lets me down. I'm just always let down. And I know sometimes it's our own fault. Got a little rah-rah on the Corbin Burnes thing, didn't we? And it kind of let us down. But at the end of the day, Eric, and I'm going to say it one last time, you added Adames. And I know you're going to get Jung-Hoo Lee back and this and that, but kid yourself not. We're going to have injuries at some point next year. I don't think the pitching staff's that strong. Thus, I don't think we're that good a ball club, Eric. And, like I said to Paul, I was talking to Paul off air last night. I said, you know what's going to happen? You know what the fun thing about this is, Eric? It's like if you are a pathetic gambler. We're going to show up opening day and see how it all unfolds, buddy. And some of us will be right.
Sounds like you're wrong. Sounds like you're playing a freaking dice game.
Yeah. Well, you already said that to start the show, Eric. You go in with Verlander, and you didn't say, oh, my God, what a great signing. Here's what he's going to bring. You're saying to the chat and myself, and everybody wants to listen, I hope.
Hope. It's hope. That's all you got, man. As a fan, that's all you have.
Always built on hope.
Well, as a fan, that's all we got. Because, again, we're not all in, we're not privy to what is going on with the dialogue, the discussions that is happening. That's all we can do is hope. And here's the thing. And I asked this before. How many of you guys? Oh, MLB trade rumors. Red Sox Garrett Crochet have had preliminary extension talks.
There you go.
There you go. Good for Boston.
See Boston. That's a pit. If anybody needs a pitcher, it's this team.
Come on,
San Francisco Giants, guys.
How many people sat here? He's better than nothing. I am a big buddy. He's better than nothing. See, there you go. And that's where we're at now. Look, guys, did any of you guys San Francisco Giants fans, don't fail me here. Nobody was calling for Verlander. There may be a couple of here and there, but come on. Realistically, nobody was calling for a Verlander or a Scherzer, was there?
You know why? Because none of us wanted him, Eric.
Right.
Come on, guys. And isn't it funny, Eric? These guys jump into the chat and they're like, oh, he's going to be great. And don't poo-poo on him yet. And I'm like,
he might be.
Come on. But it's still.
Rocks, you did, yeah.
Then I asked the same question,
Whatever.
Eric. Here's your simple question tonight. If we're going to talk about Verlander, Eric, is that the best? It's like the Old Spice commercial. Is that the best a man can get?
Yeah.
Is that the best we could get? I would rather take a flyer on one of our young pitchers, Eric.
That's what I was thinking.
Roop in there.
Here we go.
Whatever you call
Ibrahim.
Roopy.
I know Eric and I, among others, were anti-Flaherty. Yes. Only the Giants can make us wish that Flaherty happened after all that. They are at best lowering the bar. And that's the problem. That's what it feels like. Look, is he going to be good? He might be. But come on. Yeah, his stats for the last 4 years is pretty bad, Senior. I was looking at it. It's not.
Yeah, and I don't know if the show is negative tonight. Unlike, and I said this to Paul.
I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just being realistic.
Exactly. This is not like your local KNBRs or your 95.7s.
Oh,
the good thing about Giant Sports Talk Live is you tune in here. We're just going to tell you how we feel. We don't owe nothing to nobody. I'm going to tell you how I feel, and it's usually Angry Glenn coming out. Eric has his opinions. We don't answer to people, Eric. That's why this channel, it's like an open forum, baby.
That's the beauty of YouTube. Everybody's channel. You could come out here. We're not. Look, Dan isn't beholden to the Giants. Cody isn't beholden. Greg, Bum Baby, even Bing Kaspic is because it's Locked On Giants. So he has to kind of, but we can say whatever the hell we want. And by the way, guys, speaking of which, you guys see KMBR trolling Verlander? Did you see what they said?
No.
Brother, dude.
I work for a living. What do you say? What's up, Eric? Spill the juice. And
Logan Webb had a little response to this.
What was this one?
Unbelievable. Look, we're here bagging on Verlander, okay? Whatever. But home of the San Francisco Giants, KMBR.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Giants, Justin. We're sure you're looking forward to making much, much better memories at 3rd and King. And they're showing when Pablo took Verlander deep twice.
There's a shot. Welcome.
Oh my God. I'm like, really? And then here's Logan Webb. What's the point of this?
Is that the real Logan Webb?
That's the real Logan Webb.
Oh, he doesn't have a blue check, though.
Nope. A lot of people don't.
Oh, well.
But yeah, he's like, what's the point of this? So he's kind of putting KMBR on flame, so to speak.
Well, maybe they feel
that's dumb. That was dumb. Sorry.
Maybe that's just somebody sitting behind that keyboard over there at KBR office.
You don't do that, man.
Yeah, but yeah.
If you're KBR, if you're the voice of the Giants, look, it's one thing again, Glenn, you and I sitting here, we could say whatever we want, but when you're the voice of the San Francisco
Giants, that's
why
I say this is a better platform, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But again, guys, I don't want you to make it think like I guess I kind of am, but I'm not really hammering Verlander. It's just the point. I thought the Giants could do something different.
I think I'm overdue for my January letter. It never works, but I have to send my letter, strongly worded, I might add, to the San Francisco Giants and NBC Bay Area. You remember I was over on Dan's channel last year, Eric, and I brought up the fact that if I have to listen to, and it's bad enough, it's not just the San Francisco Giants, guys. It's the Sharks. It's the Warriors. If I have to listen to, ba, 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 I hate that song.
That's just, hey, it's NBC Sports, man.
Dude, it's like Eric, thanks to our fine folk here, we can get a new AI intro whenever we want.
Yeah.
We don't have to change it up every 13 or 50. Well, I think they've had it 20 years.
It's been a while. I remember that now.
I turn on the Sharks game tomorrow night. What do I hear? Ba, 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 ba. And the most unqualified post-game show on Sundays I've ever seen. I have MLB package, so it's great. You get to sample the broadcasts, hear the different some voices on that broadcast, especially radio, are just great. Some guys just have the gift to narrate like a Vince Scully. You just want to listen. But when you get this, they're out in the outfield talking about we're only 16 out, guys, and it's only the trade deadline. I'm like, come on. You got to watch more Giant Sports Talk Live. We'll tell you how it really is. Right? Come on. Justin doesn't think we win 70 games.
No, come on. Johnny. Hey.
I'm Mr. Negativity. I'm not calling
Glenn,
92.
Johnny is a Dodger fan. He's doing that on purpose. He's doing that on purpose.
There you go. You know what, Eric? I apologize. You know what, Eric? To be honest with you, we have got so many people coming in the chat at night. I lose track of who's who.
Yeah, I know who's who.
I try. God,
it's getting a little bit
names I don't even know.
Taxing. I know Johnny.
I even brought one guy on the air a couple of months ago. Dude, I didn't know who he was, and Eric had to fly over. The coffee was still in the microwave, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
Michael Lionheart. Yeah, that little.
What was his name?
Michael Lionheart.
I'm gonna have to write that one down on the cue card because if he comes on, he ain't coming on no more.
Oh, it's okay. I got his photoshopped. I got it. I've got it ready to go if he shows up. Anyways,
but what a bastard.
Let's see what we got in here. There was something I was going to talk about. Oh, Jesus is saying something about. I don't know where you're getting that information. Jordan Montgomery being traded to the Giants. I don't see that anywhere, dude. Sounds like it doesn't sound legit. Just going to say it. Doesn't sound legit. The Giants are going to be a 500 team. Ball boy, yeah, 84. That sounds right around there, right? Somewhere in that vicinity. plus or minus, 3-4 games, somewhere around there. The green bean.
82 wins. There's my call. I'm going to put it on the
so
board.
That's 500. Right? The game above 500. Yeah, 500. That's what I'm
That'll
saying.
be lucky. That'll be dude. I'm so scared of injuries, knowing that we don't have a minor league system. What is it? We have no depth there. We're lucky we have a decent, what some are calling a decent lineup for opening day. Eric, right now as it stands, where's the depth in this organization?
Well, here's the thing, guys. And Ace, I see what you're saying. The season hasn't even started yet. You're correct. Now we got to, to a certain extent, we got to lower the temperature a little bit, because in baseball, what did we say? The only thing predictable about baseball is unpredictability. We don't know. The Giants, look what happened with, again, I'll bring this up again. I know your Dodger fans probably don't want to hear it. They were literally one loss away from being eliminated in the DS. They almost did not win the NL West. And they had a super team, because, again, you just don't know what could happen. You bring it up, Glenn, injuries. Injuries could be a huge factor in derailing one's season.
Right. So, and I'm thinking
mean,
it's a 500 team, maybe a game above or below. We're hovering. All right. And that's with a decent lineup all year. I think injuries will derail this thing.
Yep. Okay. Let's talk about this. And there was something else I want to talk about.
I'm feeling refreshed, Eric. Boy, we're having a good go of it tonight. Guys are fired up in the chat. They're coming on strong. It's a good night for baseball talk, isn't it?
Absolutely. Here we go. This is from the Dallas Morning News. Former Texas Rangers top catching prospect Sam Huff was claimed off waivers by the San Francisco Giants. The club announced Wednesday. He was designated for assignment in December after the Rangers signed right-handed relief pitcher Sean Armstrong. Huff, 26, was once a top 100 prospect in baseball who showed considerable power, but his opportunities with the Rangers have only dwindled since his debut 4 years ago. He played in just 3 games and 2 stints with Texas this past season, and would have been a third-string catcher at best, following the addition of Kyle Higashioka. Higgy.
By the way,
Rangers,
Eric,
selected.
I got to ask you. Eric, but before you go any further, just on behalf of myself in the chat, are you trying to get me all riled up and excited about a third string catcher here?
No, just talking about
passing out some information then.
Passing out information.
All righty.
The Rangers selected in the Phoenix, Arizona native in the 7th round of the 2016 MLB draft. He made his major league debut in the pandemic-shortened 2020 season. Was the second-ranked prospect in the Texas organization behind Josh Young in the 2021. So he was, at one time, highly thought of. Considerable raw power in the minors. Okay, he hit 1. Okay. Had an 813 on base plus. Okay, there we go. So looking for sure, better than 5 is very. It didn't translate to consistent at-bats in the major leagues. Played in 24 combined games between 23 and 24. Anyways, here that's the guy the Giants just got. Let's look at his baseball reference, and you can see exactly what this guy has. It's not a lot, guys. So it's not a lot. Here we go. Games. 2020 pandemic shortened year, 10 games. 2022, 44 games. 2023, 21 games. In the time that he had 44 games, he did have a lot of power. He had 10 home runs and 121 at-bats. Batted 240, had a 303 on base. Whatever. Guy is just, I guess, the bopper.
Jeez, Toby says, I'm harping on depth. This is a depth move, Eric. 7th rounders don't tend to become top 100 prize.
And what's weird,
what is he now, Eric? Top 700, 800?
He's not even a prospect anymore.
So what are we talking about?
But here's the thing is the Giants have already signed a bunch of damn catchers in the offseason. They picked up what the hell was that kid's name? Gosh dang it. Hold on. I think I have it somewhere. What the heck was his name? Logan Porter. Remember, they signed Logan Porter in the very beginning of the offseason. Then they picked up Max Stassi I think they picked up another catcher, and now they got this guy, Sam Huff. So, I mean,
Paul just messaged me. He loves the show.
Yeah, I see it. I'm getting the same. Again, guys, it's a backup catcher. It's not. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. It's a backup catcher, but Giants have some bigger things. No, can't you adjust a backup catcher a little bit later? That's all I'm saying. And I don't think. Hey, teams weren't doing this, right? Teams were not knocking on the door for Sam Huff.
As Dan would say, it's not a breaking news story.
No.
We're not going live to let you know that Sam Huff has signed with the Giants.
Right. It's like, come on, man.
That is like that. That's in the fine print.
As far whatever. I mean, and that is. Now, there was something interesting that I saw. And this may make you a little bit excited.
Oh,
maybe.
Wilmer's going to be signing an extension.
Oh,
little Wilmer's asleep here. I can't believe it. No jokes either. I'm waiting.
Ooh. What is this? Oh, brother, hold on. No, I'm not going to even look at that.
All right.
Where is it at? Trying to find it. Here we go. This may make you a little bit happy.
Maybe Huff's a trade piece, yeah.
Maybe this will make you a little bit. Mike Exacia from CBS Sports has reported that the Giants will trade. I haven't even seen any. I haven't seen no Twitter. Has anyone seen that? Anybody else?
Yeah, but there's so much of this going on in the world of Twitter and Facebook, Eric, that if you throw the dart sooner or later, Eric, if we say they're going to pick a player, they're going to sign him next week. And people think I'm not. And then they sign him who looks like a goddamn hero. You and I, right? People are just throwing stuff to see if it sticks. And then, I nailed it. Got that right. I don't believe half the stuff I hear. The only place you can believe any of the comments is right here on Giant Sports Talk Live.
Well, here you go. Let's look at that. And then I'm going to go look up this guy. What the hell's his name? Hold on. Hold on. Just let me star that, and then I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Sports Illustrated. All right. Well, I know some of those things are sometimes are a little bit weird. Anyways, guys, does this make you guys excited? MLB Pipeline came out. Front office executives weigh in on which prospects have the best tools. Best usable power. Look who tops the charts, guys. Young Bryce Eldridge. What does that mean, guys? It means we're getting a bopper. We're getting a bopper, guys. Which is cool, man, right? That's the Giants need that. So, and look at that. I mean, overwhelmingly is selected. Again, baseball executives are talking about these guys. So that's good. Man, I'm not looking at the A's. I'm looking at Bryce Eldridge, man. I don't care about the A's. Look where Bryce is. Almost 20%. Let's go, man. That's something. That's a little bit of good news, man. We got a guy who's going to be able to clobber the ball. Right? That's what we want. Even if it's gappers, I'm happy. Now you go get Mayo and set up the team. You know, that would be nice, senior. That would be absolutely nice. Do you see the Giants doing that, though? They're not trading Webb. They're not trading Webb. That ain't happening, man. No way. Get Mayo, but they're not trading Webb. So how do you do that? Daniel, usable power as opposed to batting practice. But hey, I guess, man. Whatever. To be honest with you, I don't know what it means, but it sounds cool. God, I don't know. What the hell is best usable power? I have no idea. But Bryce Eldridge is at the top of the list, and it seems good. I see the little emojis with some muscles. So that must mean there's something good. But that's the problem. He's limited in where he could play. Absolutely. Right? I think he's a corner, mostly first base, and that's it. And where do you put Bryce? You put him in out. I don't know. Sounds like outfield isn't the most opportunist or the best path for success for Bryce Eldridge. Yeah, how does one expect to get better on the farm if you keep losing picks? That is true. Move Eldridge to the outfield for maybe, yeah, or maybe, oh yeah, maybe. I mean, who knows, man? Again, some good news. All right, let me go look up this guy. What is he talking about here? Jesus, what the heck are you talking about? Oh, okay. I'm just going to do a quick, see if it's on Twitter. I'm not going to go Google this stuff. Who is this guy? Okay. Okay, I'm seeing nothing on Twitter about it. Nothing. Must just be an article, right? Is that what it is, Jesus? Is it just an article? Must be. Mac Williamson had massive power. Salsa Caballero! What's up, man? But lots of that power only came in specific situation. Bryce could tap into that power in more ways than one. It's basically complementing his swing. There you go. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. What's up, Charlo? Jay Farrell. Hey, what's up? Haven't seen you in the chat before. Welcome to the fraternity we call Giant Sports Talk Live. Farm could improve simply through attrition. That's how bad it is. Yeah. Farrell, man, you're saying a lot, dude.
Well, you'll have to enlighten me, Eric. I stepped aside. What is unusable power?
I don't know. It's good, though.
It must be good. What are we talking about?
It's got to be good. I guess Salsa kind of explained it. It's got to be good, right?
I don't know what
I think it's hey, usable, which means that's something you could use. Power, which is nice because that means you got power. So usable power, I'm going to put it together that it means something good. Aaron Gonzalez always comes in with some interesting comments. How about Churio? How about him? I don't know what you're trying to say.
I put out a feeler. I'm trying to find out what usable power means. Sorry.
In baseball.
You'll hear it here first.
Usable power. I'm sure it's some advanced statistic of some sort. I'm sure. Just like isolated power and all this other weird. Yeah.
Okay. I just messaged Paul, part of the Giant Sports Talk Live team. He is a former Major League scout. If you joined us last night, he talked about a lot of things very important to the world of baseball. Are you ready for his quote?
Let's hear it.
Unusable power.
Unusable? No, usable.
Oh, I mean, I beg your pardon. I keep saying usable. I said, as a former scout, what is the term usable power? You ready for this, guys? Now, this is the kind of coverage you can only find here at Giant Sports Talk Live.
It better be good.
It sounds like he made some shit up. There you go. He goes, maybe they're talking about, in baseball terms, we could call it raw power, but
power?
It just sounds like something that somebody made. I'll quote, it sounds like he made some shit up. So there you go.
There you go. Woo, man. I tell you, only here on Giants Sports Talk Live, where the definition of usable power is someone made some shit up.
Yeah. Potential power, he believes. So, but I like the first response better.
Here we go. GI says, what's up, GI? Good to see you, man. Are you, I know you're a Dodger fan. Are you down in the Bay or down in the LA area? Let me know. ISO is basically subtracting their batting average from the slugging to determine their efficient power. So it's just, again, it's an advanced stack. What's up?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Keeping it real right here.
Right on, man. You're in it. Hey, GI, hopefully everything is good with you down there. Hopefully you're not affected by all the craziness that is going down with the fires. Usable power is a combination of size, athleticism, performance, and plate discipline. Ooh, okay. If that's the case, Glenn, it's pretty good. If he, again,
guys, at the end of the day, I just want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see Eldridge.
And the executives are saying this about him. So, hey, man, I'm all for it. Let's go, man.
Does that include bunting?
A guy like him, probably not.
Well, you never know.
Not to say you never may need it.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, Alex.
Gosh. What's up, Alex?
Speaking of good people, there you go.
How are you doing over there, Alex? You're not having to evacuate or nothing down there, I hope.
Not that we're watching, but any update down there in LA? Anything going crazy? Not that it's not already.
What grading scale? I don't think it's even a grading scale. Oh, damn. We got someone down there freaking between the fires, between Eaton and Sons. Holy criminy, man. Well, good luck to you. I hope hopefully everything's going to be okay for you, man. Gosh, dang. That sucks, dude. You're not going to escape the smoke, unfortunately, and that shit's nasty.
Jeez. They're now up to 1,000 structure fires.
Oh, it's bad. We're talking billions. But anyways, combination of raw power, bat speed, and approach at the plate. Okay, I think that's pretty much what no, that's not MHC. Look, that MHC has nothing to do with fires. No. Power outage for like 8 hours.
Eric, before we went on, how many fires are there?
I think there's like three major ones, right?
6.
There's the Eaton.
6.
No, major ones, I think is there. I know there's minors. There's minor one. Hold on, let me see.
6th major wildfire has broken out in Los Angeles as of 28 minutes ago on my my updates here.
I don't know if that one's major. I see you got the.
Well, maybe it's somebody again. Maybe it's somebody in somebody's basement. So
you got the Palisades fire, the Hearst fire. Oh, what the hell happened with this?
You hear
one?
the Guardian? Whatever the Guardian.
What? Okay, the Eaton fire, the Sunset fire. I don't know what the hell the Divide fire is. The Lydia fire. Man, there's just fires all over the damn place. Now that one's a little bit further north and east. But the big ones are the Eaton, the Hearst, and the Palisades.
When you texted me and said Hollywood Hills, I'm like, is that where the sign is? Are we talking like?
Yeah, that's where the signs are.
Jeez.
Yeah, I saw that they were talking about the possibility of arson. I'm not going to go down that road. More will come. I'm not. Allegedly, they're talking about arson, and that is not a good thing. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't see this one coming. Hey, Glenn and Eric, hypothetical. Would you be good if the Giants traded Yaz, Harrison, Luciano for Altuve? Would you then call that a successful?
I would call that
pretty good
season, Eric. Because again, you just have to take a step back. All right, now what are we doing with our pitching staff?
I understand, but as far as the lineup, that's good.
Eric, I think you got to, when it comes to trades, dude, you got to be careful. Unless you got somebody who's going to be, unless you're getting somebody in a separate deal, unless you're replenishing that pitching staff, you're taking a step backward for a bat.
Here's this, and you're going to get that. You want a cheater. He comes with trash cans. Yeah, careful.
Enough sinus problems with another spew out the nose, man.
Careful.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
Geez, to say he comes with baggage is, dude. That's gonna follow the players around forever, man. One bad move. All right, it says he's open to that kind of trade. Harrison and Luciano, he calls them trash.
Yeah, I saw that. That's tough. That's tough.
Instant opening day lineup. What's your pitching staff? What do you do? Harrison's out of the lineup. What do you do? We're thin I don't know, Eric. Again, the Giants, we've said it before, they've dug themselves such a deep hole over the last 6 years that they're not really in a strong position to make moves. This is something I was going to touch on earlier, Eric. One thing I like, and I don't like saying good things about those Dodgers, but look when they picked up Hai-Sung Kim. They were able then to move a player. And why? They moved what would be considered a decent player. Why? Right?
Lux.
Right? Why? Because they're not afraid to, Gavin, thanks for you know what? It's like going with the pink slip to your employee. Thanks for your dedication, your service to the team. Now get the hell out of here. We've upgraded. I don't know why the Giants are just this, I don't know. Is it a fear? Is that the right word, Eric? A fear to move on from some players? Like, is Yastrzemski, is he got dirt on somebody there? He's like, you can't move me. I'm telling you why.
It's because he's arbitration. That's why.
I just, dude, just get rid of him.
What the heck is this?
And again, he could have a decent year, but I'm tired of just, hey, let's have a decent year. I want to win. And that's why I don't understand Verlander and like Eric said earlier in the show, guys, you go out and get Adames, and it just got the juices going. The juices were flowing. I was getting a little fired up, and look at those prospective moves of the pitching staff. And the bill of sales not equaling what I wanted, Eric. It's like they give you a little something, Eric. It's like dangling the cheese in front of the mouse, man. It's just, here's a little something. And then,
hey, Seuss. Hey, Seuss, this article is a nothing burger, man. It's a nothing burger, man. Hey, Seuss. Come on. Here, you guys can determine for yourself.
What's this?
CBS. Here we go. CBS Sports.
Okay.
Jordan Montgomery. Talking about potential trades here. Damn ads. It felt like Montgomery's ticket out of Arizona was punched as soon as owner Ken Kendrick called signing him the biggest mistake this season from a talent standpoint. Not sure you can mend those fences. Corbin Burnes signing means that Montgomery is no longer higher than a 6th on the rotation depth, and he's really probably a 7th, seeing how Ryan Nelson outpitched him in 2024. Montgomery picked up his player option after the World Series, is owed $22 million in 2025. Nope. It may be possible for the D-backs to unload that in its entirety, forcing them to eat some of the money to make the trade happen. As poorly as Montgomery pitched in 2024, he has a strong track record, and it's a 1-year commitment. Plus, pitching demand always exceeds supply. The only question is how much salary will Arizona pay down to get the deal done?
What you just said there, Eric, or you read that quote, again, that goes back to kind of a theme on tonight's show. He's got a good track record. We hope, Eric. Let's go into the season. We have lots of hopes.
Here we go. I like the Giants as a fit for both the team and Montgomery.
They'll sign anybody.
Intra-division trades are always tricky. Plus, San Francisco made a run at Burnes and might not want to trade for Arizona's cast-offs. But Montgomery's fit for a team and their ballpark and vice versa. Nationals could get involved. Come on. Hey, Seuss, dude. Nothing burger, dude. An absolute nothing burger. That means nothing. He's just giving his opinion where he thinks he may fit. There's no way. Even if Arizona paid half of it, I don't want freaking
exactly, Eric.
Jordan Montgomery, man.
Again, you're getting. Why are we settling for other people's? That's a cast off.
Exactly. Hey, we missed on Corbin Burnes, but we'll take your freaking Jordan Montgomery. It ain't happening, man. It ain't happening.
God. Cast offs. Well, this is what it's become, Eric. Well, this is a jolly old show.
Yeah, I know. Guys, I forgot all about this. Let me go find it. It's another doozy from.
Why don't you look that up, Eric, while I remind everybody about our sponsors? Can I do that?
Go for it while I find it.
Duxwell Printing is in the Bay Area for all your printing needs. If you need your printing done in a hurry, they'll even stay late, as I found out. They'll look after you. Duxwell Printing, service almost 24 hours a day. We got lefties. I was at lefties last week, Eric. And they wanted to say hi to Eric.
Hey, hello.
Right on. They were watching a couple of weeks ago after their singles night, which I thought was like some dating thing, but they just sell single baseball cards. So, duh. So, yeah, they were tuned into the show. Love the show. Thank you so much to their partnership with us. Lefties in Burlingame. I tried to get a deal on a Wilmer Flores, but I think they saw me coming, Eric, because the price
went up.
It didn't change. I said, can I get that on a discount? It's $49. They go, the price for you, Glenn, is $49. So we still love you as a sponsor, though. GenesisGoldIRA.com. Signatures for Soldiers are a proud sponsor of this fine show. And who's our other sponsor, Eric? Oh, BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com for all of your credit card
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Well, there you go. Thanks to all our sponsors who contribute to the show, make this possible on behalf of myself and my co-host, the number one main man, Eric.
Lou, what's up, Lou? You like Montgomery? God, do you want the cast off though? Then wouldn't that? I mean, let's just talk. Look, let me take his talent out of the way. Just wouldn't that look bad? You lose Corbin Burnes. But you pick up Jordan Montgomery. They're trash. Come on. No, really?
See, he
really,
still comes. Look what Lou brings in. We bring him up. Eric, come on. What did I just say? Same thing. Why are we getting other people? We can't sign Burnes, but we want other people's.
I just don't like him. Again,
Tom Hanks on an island somewhere.
Is he a good pitcher? Sure, I'm sure he is, but I don't think that's the route.
Freaking Lou. And you know what? I threw Lou a bone earlier today because I said I watched him on the other show over in NorCal earlier tonight. And boy, I went to bat for him. He had the greatest, he had the take of the night over on that channel when he said that what is the Giants' fixation on the love affair with certain players that Jesus, yeah. Deep down in the contract, I think there's some clause there that says I can opt in for a lifetime. Yastrzemski and Lamont. Late night Lamont. Sleepy Lamont, man. He used to be a big event. Seeing him come up in the ninth. Now, I don't even want to see him in the lineup, Eric.
Yeah.
So I got to throw Lou. I threw Lou a bone earlier.
Now.
I threw him a bone. And I don't
with the Flaherty. Flaherty is a good pitcher. Flaherty is a good pitcher. I worry about his. I don't know if he has an attitude. I don't know. I've just heard people talk about it, and that there is some type of attitude. That is one thing.
He hasn't met Little Wilmer. We added another. We got Little Wilmer Flores, who made an appearance again tonight on the show. I don't know where he went, but
that's pretty good.
Wait, listen. Well, let the chips fall where they may. Let's see what happens next year. That's why I keep saying it every night on the show. You wait till opening day, we get to see what we see, Eric.
Yeah.
Wilmer's playing time and health, it depends. That'll decide everything, man. I still think he's capable of hitting 25 plus home runs. He's hitting 20 to 25 playing 90 games.
And that was 2 years ago. I don't know if he's going to
Eric, I was there last year. Look. Opening series, San Diego. He took a tumble, and that was basically it.
Yeah, I know.
God, he never even got out of the gate, man.
I know. All right, let's look at this. This might be old, but I came across it, and I love it. I love it. Will Clark. Let's go.
Oh, and I appreciate the email. Lou sends me those emails, so I love
it. For those of you who have sensitive ears.
I saw this.
For those of you
I know where it's coming.
Who have sensitive ears,
Jesus.
Leave the room. Leave the room.
This is what we call, this is not the family portion of the program.
This is not. Here we go.
Here we go.
A strike, guess what? You're starting to get back into the at-bat. You're getting back into the count. And so, you try to talk to people about that now, and they're like, we don't need to do that. I'm swinging for the fences. I'm like, yeah, it's because you're a fucking asshole. You don't want to hit 300. You don't want to help your teammates out, and you don't care about striking out. That's why you strike out 150 times and hit 230, 240. So all of you guys in the major leagues that hit 230, 240, 15 homers, 45 RBIs, strike out 150 times, fuck you motherfuckers. You guys are not hitters. There you go. Boom. That one.
Well, that is gold, dude.
Oh, and I know you're going to make a TikTok out of that one. So, boom.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Coming in strong on Burnesy there. Holy smoke.
You can't. When Will Clark speaks, you need to listen. He ain't lying. Great stuff.
Thrill and a half, that
Love
guy.
it. Love it. I freaking love it, man.
You know what I like about a player like Will? Wouldn't he be a fit here? He just tells it like it is, Eric, because he played the game. He played hard. He put up the numbers too. He knows what he's talking about.
Of course.
And he's not afraid to say, you know what? If you don't agree with me, F you.
Yeah. I think
I
his
say that
resume-
regardless of.
his resume speaks for itself, right?
I don't have the resume, but I'll still say.
His resume speaks for itself.
He is
Gosh.
right. You know what? How many times have you come on the show all the time? It's been a while, but you used to come on.
Professional hitter, man.
Professional hitters. Is a professional hitter these days 230?
No.
Look what we got. How quickly guys seem to forget. Dan last year could not. I was so on board with what he was talking about early in the season last year. It was a week into the season. Then, Eric, it was a month into the season. And the coaching staff saying, well, you just got to get him at bats and let him work out of it. The guy was batting 180, Eric.
Mm.
And you're sitting at home watching the game, or at the ballpark's even worse because you've spent money to go there, and you're saying, how much longer? Like, how long is this, is this his first rodeo? What are we talking about here? Oh, he's up to 202, Eric. I'm like,
yeah.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Is that what? Dude, what did he hit last year? What did he bring it up to? Do you know even close? Like, what did Yaz hit last year?
Wasn't it like 214?
Good Lord. Good. And again, guys, there's a lot of guys in here like him. He has one of the, if not the most sold jerseys at the dugout store.
Oh, I bet.
People love him.
I bet.
But is that the best we can do? Again,
we'll see.
You go to any other channel, New York Mets channel, any given day, and you throw out Yastrzemski's name and say they're gonna laugh. 214 hitter, you can have him. Come on,
yeah,
call a spade a spade, man.
Absolutely.
The guy sucked last year. We got him back again. Oh boy, there's something to go by.
Hey! You got to remember. You got to remember, guys. He's in arbitration. It's an He would have got that damn number no matter what team he was on if he decided to play. So I'm not worried about it. Not worried about Yaz. He'll be gone next year, and then we'll figure that one out next year.
Eric, I know.
Look, you can't do it. You cannot. No. You can't. And I'll keep going back to this. You cannot fix the team in one off season. You can't. You cannot do that. You can't. Guys, give Buster Posey a few years and he'll get something going. Come on.
Right on. Yaz, Flores, Wade. I mean, all in the lineup, Eric. That's 7 of your 9.
Yeah, I know. And unfortunately, that's
9.
Hey, the problem is Bryce Eldridge just isn't ready to go yet. Once he's ready to go, then we're going to be fine. Again, Matos may be your everyday right fielder. And I'm fine with that.
Carlos, is Carlos coming in with a hot take, or is that just I think he might go to the Orioles? Carlos just said Jack Flaherty.
No, I think that's what he thinks.
All right. Well, I didn't see my guy Sagano signing with Baltimore, so hey, nothing would surprise me.
Who knows?
Yeah, all the guys they seem to have stopped chirping. You know how? You notice, Eric, Is it just me? You notice how many people have popped in the chat the last few days since my return from illness, and they have said, yeah, after Verlander, Sagano's not such a bad deal, is he? Nobody, you weren't out there backing me 3 weeks ago, were you?
Yeah, I know, right? Nope. Hey,
where you guys come from? Oh, we should have got Sagano. You sure as hell weren't here.
See, that's dumb. Do you see the problem there? Do you see the problem there? People are now wanting Sagano over Verlander. That just tells you where the hell we're at, man.
I can't even, at least, Eric, I know, see, you talk about building memories. You're spending money to get excited. I can get more excited to go to see a guy who had that kind of record, to see in anticipation what could be, Eric.
Yeah.
But when I got a 42-year-old pitcher with the numbers he had, I ain't going to the ballpark going, I can't wait to see what he brings us here. I just don't have any. There's nothing. I got nothing to hang the hat on, man.
Right. Exactly.
No joy in Mudsville, man. I go, dude, like, at the end of the day, Eric, people are like me. And I think Lou will have to tell me. I've never seen. I saw Lou at one game last year. I keep taking a peek down to see if I see him in those seats, and I never spot him. But Lou, if you got those seats, you must be paying an arm and a leg. You're right down by the dugout. Do you not want to go and be excited? I have said on this show countless times, and at my age, this is what it becomes. I would rather go to the ballpark, cheer on some fun players, and if we lose every goddamn game, I go home and go, holy shit, Eric, what a game it was. Oh, my God, we lost in the ninth inning, but oh, my God, we scored 5 runs in the ninth, we fell one short. I got something to just explode about. But when we go every night and get 3 hits, Eric, I go home going, well, that was money well spent.
I get what you're saying. I want to win. That's me. Is excitement a part of it? Yes, I do want to be. Don't get me wrong. I want to be excited. 100%. I want to be excited, but I want to win too, man. Gosh dang, man. If you're playing baseball, I want to win. And yes, don't get me wrong. It's an entertainment. Baseball is all about entertainment. So yes, there is that level. But come on, let's win. And yes, instant winning cures everything.
Hey, Mike, I don't like to lose, but I want to be entertained. I get it. I haven't been entertained. How many guys? I'm telling you, and I've said it before. I'm at the ballpark last year, and any of you guys who go to the games like I do over at Oracle, I don't go to them all. I'm there at 75% of the games during the year, Eric. How many times did I leave the ballpark? I can remember twice last year, where I left the ballpark, win or lose, excited. And that was when Wilmer had a walk-off walk, bases loaded, we won.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember off the top of my head how it ended. Do you remember the night, Friday night, I ran back. I did the video. We couldn't send it over from the ballpark.
Yeah.
The bottom of the ninth against the Detroit Tigers, something happened. We won anyway. And people were running out. It was like the World Series.
Was that the walk-off walk? That might have been, I can't remember.
Maybe that was the one. Okay, now we're down. Now we're down to just one.
Yeah, it was something.
There it was. See, I want to be able. You think even an average team, Eric, you're going to leave the ballpark 8-9 times a year and go, I saw dramatics. I saw something memorable. You talk there it is. There's the word. The guys in the chat, it's about making memories.
Well,
how many memories?
Hey, that's what Buster Posey said, right? Making memories.
There weren't any last year.
Well, Buster Posey wasn't the president of baseball operations either.
And to be quite honest with you, I was so down in the dumps over this organization and watching this team last year. I watched the ball game on television last year, and I wasn't just jumping for joy and all excited when Snell threw the no-hitter. I was like, oh, that's great, but I wasn't leaping off the couch and throwing chips in the air. And
yeah.
I need an exciting brand of baseball, Eric.
I get it.
Get them on, get them over. No speed. There wasn't much pop last year.
You got to remember, man. It's freaking Farhan, man, and he's gone. So you got to put that to rest. You got to look. There's something before us that hopefully will be different. That's all.
What is the identity of the 2025 Giants? What's their identity?
There's no identity yet. Identity doesn't come until you start playing games. Period.
Well, I just don't think adding Adames and losing a Snell is a change of identity. When you break up with your wife, Eric, just get the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Move on. Get a fresh new look.
Something
maybe something younger, a younger model. Get me some young, exciting players.
Can't do that. You can't do that with a baseball club. You can't just get rid of everybody and then come in with it. That's just impossible. You can only piece it together with what you can.
Well, then remember, at least don't be afraid to move off somebody, for God's sake.
They're not. First base is going to be taken care of. Bryce Eldridge is coming. He may not be here this year, or maybe towards the end of the year, but in 2026, you got Bryce Eldridge. In right field, hey, maybe Matos is going to show something, man. We don't know. He got Rookie of the Year in the Venezuela League, which is good. We don't, again, does that equate to Major League talent? Not
so. How often does he play? When does he play? You gave you a reasoning why he should play. But
we don't know. Again, this is a different regime. And I think maybe we're going to see a longer role with these players rather than just sending them up and down between series.
You took the fan standpoint. I took the business standpoint, and I've seen it before when I worked in hockey, man.
Fair.
I'm telling you, at the end of the day, no matter what organization it is, you pay. Look how much they gave that $10 million, almost for lack of a better word, $10 million to Yaz. Who's going to play? Yaz. Yaz will be your opening day right fielder.
Might not be. It depends.
Okay, don't get carried away now.
No. I'm talking about even if you get to spring training, if Matos, and I think Paul brought this up yesterday, if Matos out there plays out of his mind during spring training, I think he wins the job. I don't think it has anything to do with the money. The money would have been paid whether or not. Again, it's not about the money
Eric,
for him.
But listen to yourself. This is Charles Johnson and the San Francisco Giants you're talking about.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. He
We're
doesn't have
how much?
No.
Play him on the field. Don't sit him on the bench.
No.
Yes.
Buster Posey will not do that. I'll tell you. Come on. Let's. I'm not going to go that far. It's one thing for Charles not willing to open up the pocketbook, so to speak, but he is not going to have any input on what's going on that field. That is between Buster Posey and Bob Melvin. That no way.
Your buddy there, Chardall, is starting to piss me off tonight.
Hey, babe, that's Chardall.
Jesus.
All right, here, I'll be right back.
Where are you going? Oh, he just leaves me in the lurch. Oh, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think that a team that is paying bigger money to what they can their player is going to be benched for a young stud who gets hot? I don't see it. I'm telling you. At least in hockey, when I was in the hockey circles, man, so many players who were unbelievable in the American Hockey League. And then the call would come down from Montreal, and you got Johnny LeBlanc with 48 goals. You got Ralphie Intranuvo, who's the former winger. I think he played a little center too for the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. That guy could skate. That guy could score. Who got called up? The 3-goal scorer, first-round pick. Why? He's our future. We can't be calling up a 9th-round pick just because he's got 48 goals. Are you kidding me? That's what sports is, guys. I've seen it. I've seen it too often. I don't like it at all. But teams, it's almost like they don't want to be embarrassed. And one of the moves, Edmonton Oilers called up Stephen Rice one year, played 3 or 4 games, hardly saw the ice, but they wouldn't call up their big goal scorers. Why? Because Stephen Rice was a first-round draft pick, and it would be like slinging mud in their own face if they had the balls to call up the upstart player rather than the guy they had their investment in. I hate it. I hate it. I hate the fact, like Lou said on Dan's show earlier tonight. If you guys want to go over and check that out on replay, if you didn't see it live, Lou made I took note right up. I just stood up and I was like, there you go. Why are the San Francisco Giants so hell-bent on sticking with guys that just, I don't know. Guys, it just pisses me off. It does.
Well, let's talk about the positives.
How
about the positives?
Monto's going to be on the bench on opening day. There's a question here. Is he in the line? Is he on our roster next year?
Who?
Montos.
I don't know.
See,
I don't know.
We're talking.
It's not our decision. It's the club's decision. They got to make that decision. They got to see what they see. Well, look, we're just fans, man. We don't see everything. We don't know. Let's make the people who are running the organization make these decisions. We are only fans, man. That's it.
Oh, I don't agree with that. Skaters on baseball cells. Wilmer's the number one to go. I'd say he's about number 3. And then somebody else said, if you're gonna rebuild it, got to get. And they know I love Wilmer. And I came on the show just 2 weeks ago, Eric. What did I say? If you're gonna win, you're gonna compete. Wilmer's got to go. You got to have an upgrade. Yeah, Yaz got to just bite the bullet and make a move. Lamont Wade is not instilling fear on any teams in Major League Baseball, Eric. You see him in the lineup, you're like, pitchers must salivate when they see some of our players in the lineup. Go, I'll take care of this guy.
Yep, only fans will put fans in seats. Yeah. True. Yep. Oh, wait. I don't know I don't even know what you're trying to say there.
Right on, skaters. Wilmer, Wade, Yaz.
But
I freaking love Wilmer. You know that.
I'm going to tell you something right now.
Here, but again,
let's see what happens.
My favorite player, Eric, and I'm saying to you the same thing. It's been a theme tonight. I got hopes next year. You could have 25 home runs or it could just be the crapper.
Yep. I tell you what.
And we enter the season on.
Let's put faith in Buster Posey until it's no look, because right in the beginning, everyone put faith in Farhan Zaidi, especially after that 2021 season. And I think it was misguided because over the last 3 years, he didn't do shit.
Have we done enough yet? You told me on this show countless times.
No.
You said in the fall you were driving the sub down McCovey Cove.
Oh, there is. It's still
beep. And
still
you're like,
going.
If January rolls around and Adames is it, now you got Adames and Verlander, Eric.
And here's another thing. We got to update it. We got to update that though. And the reason why I got to update is when we said that, we didn't know the timeline for Roki Sasaki. We thought it was going to be maybe December, but it come to find out it's going to be middle of January. So once Roki Sasaki makes his decision.
Hey, Al Wong. Oh, Al Wong is sighting. Al Wong's in the house.
I saw him in there earlier.
Oh, I didn't notice yet, buddy. It's been a spirited show today, so I didn't see all. And guys, look at the number of people in the show today. It's just sometimes, Eric, it's hard to keep track of everybody, man. So I apologize, but welcome, Al. Good to see you there, buddy. Hope Jay is okay. Sam,
tell you what
do you think? Wow.
Let's just see what happens. Again, I think the team is going to be exciting if you got Ramos, Lee, and Matos in the outfield for this year.
Okay,
next year.
Go ahead.
What'll happen?
No, I brought this up because go ahead, but I'm going to ask you about this.
Next year could be different because if they decide to go after Kyle Tucker or something, that could be different. And it all depends on what Matos does. If Matos doesn't meet expectations, well, then maybe you're gonna move on from Matos. But I want to see what he does this year. Give him a run. Look what happened with Ramos when you gave him a run. Right? That's all I'm saying.
Right on, Al. Okay, Jesus, Wade and Flores will platoon at first base. All right, I can understand that. Then who becomes, right as it stands, I don't want to talk about ifs and could be's, and there's still work to be done. As it sits right now, Eric, if you were to say I agree with Jesus, then who is your DH every day? I thought you're going to see Wilmer DHing more than playing
probably
first base.
Encarnacion. I wouldn't be surprised if Encarnacion is your
still on our
DH.
roster.
Yes, he's on the 40-man.
I don't hear a peep. Although, I didn't bring it up in the show last night, but do you remember at some point I think it might have been when you were showing the Lamont, or not Lamont, but Matos video last night. And our in-house scout, Paul, was here last night. And Paul was talking about, when he scouted, a guy could be 0 for 16, but it was all about the velocity, the swing, the pop off the bat. Maybe he didn't get luck. That's what I saw. Not only did I see a lot of great hits from Encarnacion last year, Eric, when he would get out, there's just seemed to be some. Now, he's a guy I can go to the ballpark, Eric, and cheer for. Another guy that when I watched NorCal, everybody thought I was nuts. He'll never be. Eric was one of them. He'll be a Sacramento. What are we talking about? And then 2 weeks later, he's up in the majors, and he had a pretty good run, Eric, and he was swinging a nice bat.
He was okay. I mean, he didn't fin. I mean, it's not like he had his moments. We'll say that.
I like him.
Had his moments.
I like him.
We'll see what the club thinks.
Again, I would rather see players get the up. I said the same thing a year ago at this time, Eric, heading into last year. I said I would rather see guys get an opportunity to prove me wrong than get guys in here who are just filling roster spot like a Verlander. Give me Roop pitching, number 5 or 6 in the rotation. I don't want Verlander. Give me something I can cheer on and see what you got, kid. Verlander and Jesus.
Well, I mean, look, and for me, we gotta have to put some faith in the organization. Look, again, I'm gonna say it again. We're fans, and it doesn't matter, and it has nothing to do. When I come out here and I make my ideas and my opinions, I'm not saying it to be right. That's look. I could care less if I'm right, if I'm wrong. I'm just coming out, just giving my opinions. They are the ones, the organization are the ones that have to make that determination on who needs to play or who needs not to play. We could sit there and say, yeah, it looks good. And look, and the problem is, and we're all guilty of this, especially when you're watching baseball. You remember certain things that happen during a season, and it taints your overall view on what the player is really like. You could have a good week. Next thing you know, the rest of the year, he's absolute dog shit. But you remember that week, he's got potential. He could do something. And that's that is the problem with baseball. You have to look at it in a totality. And again, like Paul said too, just because you make outs doesn't mean exactly that you're doing something wrong. It just could be that they're finding mitts. Absolutely. But again,
7777 is in, says play the kids, then goes on to say playing the kids might always be popular, but hey, look at the Sharks. And Eric, if you follow the Sharks, there's a bit of a buzz around the Sharks, Eric. They're going to be below 500. They're fine. It's a young team, dude. This is pretty much a complete rebuild for the Sharks this year. But you know one thing I'm hearing? I was over to a game before Christmas. The atmosphere in the building. People are excited, man. Celebrini is obviously Will Smith, Eric. They signed Tyler Toffoli's putting the puck in the back of the net, the biscuit in the basket. It's looking good. People got excitement, but I don't get excited to see Yastrzemski.
No, I get it. And look, what is the Sharks version of Yastrzemski? I'm sure they got one, right? I'm sure they got one.
They're pretty young. Sure they have one, dude. Yastrzemski. See, when they people don't cloud the judgment. Yastrzemski is the San Francisco Giants. That was a Farhan move. Let's get a Baltimore Oriole minor leaguer and let's just turn him into an everyday player.
I understand it.
Right?
I understand that.
Yeah, do you guys agree with me? Yastrzemski, when Farhan got him, nobody would take him. Again, another cast. We took him, I think probably
I get it.
Farhan, it was based on name. Let's bring him in here, a minor leaguer from Baltimore named Big Name. Maybe he'll sell some tickets, Eric. And all of a sudden, 5-6 years later, he's still our everyday right fielder. I wouldn't be. You know what, guys? I'm going off the rails here a bit tonight on this comment. But if Farhan brought him in, just get rid of him. How about that? I want something fresh.
Well, I get it.
Too much of this. Too much of this.
I understand.
It smells.
Here we go. Bin Bamboo makes a great point. That's what Yaz is. He is a fourth outfielder.
Yes.
He is your prototypical fourth outfielder.
On a team that doesn't have three.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
But on a team that doesn't have three. He is your third by happen chance, baby.
And if you think about it, the entire outfield is all young, if you want to say that. If you all want to, think about it. Ramos, Lee, and if you have Matos starting in right field, that is a young outfield. Granted, Lee wasn't through your development, but Ramos and Matos was.
Benji thinks I'm done as being a Dodger spy. How come every channel, Dan had to suffer, I'm suffering. Why does every channel seem to have this? There's a Dodger spy in here somewhere. Come on, man. Jesus. I placed a bet on the Dodgers in the playoffs. I won some nice coin on that bet. And all of a sudden, I'm like throwing a parade. Although I said earlier, not to make light of it, guys, I have never been a bigger fan of LA than today, man. Seeing what's going on down there. Sports pales, man. LA, I couldn't believe it what I'm seeing on TV. And it's my ticker's going off here on the phone, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I got to cheer for LA right now. So whether you like it or not, that's it.
Speaking of which,
it's kind of true, isn't it? Money talks. Right on, Alex. How you doing, Alex? Alex is a big fan of the show. Probably spent a lot of time here. Was he here in my absence, Eric? Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see something.
Aaron says Yaz is mid. Oh, here's a good take. And this comes to us from Jesus. Mr. Jesus F. Fernandez. If Yaz is another slow start, then Luis Matos will be given an opportunity.
I think Matos needs to start it off.
I think he could come out of, I agree with Eric. As much as I agree with your take, Eric, that he, you know what, if he earns the job in spring training, then he deserves to be there. But I just think the nature of professional baseball is Yaz is the bigger paycheck. You got to start with him opening day.
Goodness gracious.
I can't see it. I just can't see anybody but him starting. Be interesting to see what Conforto does now. He's a Dodger, Eric. If he goes down there, maybe what Paul said last night about teams, not. And I know Conforto is not a young player, a spring chicken by any stretch, but he seemed to sense that the San Francisco Giants organization, and I think he just meant under Farhan. There's no leadership. There was just every man for himself.
Yes.
Even the hitting coaches. I mean, everybody was just doing it their own way. I like what he brought last night. He said, guys got to be coached. You're doing it our way, or just hit the road.
All right, I want to hear Rothberg. Rothberg, I'm kind of setting you up, Robert. Don't mean to set you up. Why are you elated that Buster Posey has signed Justin Verlander? I want to hear his opinion on why. I don't mean to be setting you up, Robert. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. We'll find out. Robert, why are you elated that Posey signed Verlander?
And while he gets his thoughts together, Al Wong says, we played the old guys no matter what last year, Eric. And remember we went the end of the year. Remember they went on the 9-game win streak late in the year? What did we do? We reverted away from playing the young players, went back to playing.
Whatever. I don't care about, honestly, I'm not going to care about the last years because that guy's gone. I knew it. This is what I'm talking about. Do you see where I'm going with this? That is not, I get the winning attitude. Ben will be a mentor to the younger. Are you telling me that Logan Webb is incapable of mentoring the youngsters? Are you telling me Robbie Ray is not a mentor to the youngsters? Robbie Ray won a Cy Young, right? He can't be a mentor. Are you telling me the pitching coach, JP Hernandez, can't be a mentor? Are you telling me Dave Righetti, who's still part of the organization, is not a mentor? Are you telling me that Madison Bumgarner and Ryan Vogelsong and maybe even Matt Cain, are you telling me that these guys don't have the ability to mentor the youngsters?
You know one thing, Eric?
Priority, hold on, let me finish.
Wait.
The priority, Robert, is that when you sign a pitcher who's going to be in your starting rotation, the priority needs to be that he is going to take the ball every fifth day and he's going to give you the best chance to win. Look, I get it. The mentorship and everything is secondary. The primary thing is he is going to go out there and take care of business. I'm tired of just hearing the mentorship. There's plenty of other guys out there that can mentor the young guys.
Yep.
That's the problem. Everybody's trying to justify Verlander signing when they don't like it. How come nobody is saying he's going to go out there and freaking take care of business? I'm not seeing any of that. There's a few people out there. Saying it, but for the majority, it's, he's going to be a great mentor, man. Woo! Yeah.
You and I are on the same cue
That's
card.
not the priority.
Exactly. Guys, if you weren't here at the beginning of the show, the same topic, the same type of statement came up, and I said to Eric, if that was the case, Robert Rothberg, then why didn't you bring Cain in or Bumgarner in, let them mentor, and you don't have to fill a roster spot? Give me a better pitcher. The numbers don't lie, Eric. The numbers. I don't know, Eric. A lot of these fans must think the Giants have a big black top hat and they could just pull a rabbit out of every freaking signing, man. Because if you think all of a sudden every player, every cast-off we saw, well, Eric, Jesus, he's Verlander. He used to be good. The key word is used to be.
Yeah, I know. The better days are behind him, man. He's 42 years old.
Yes,
sure. He might have another decent year. But gosh dang, man. Anyways, and it's only 1 year, whatever. Verlander is determined to win 3. Okay, that sounds a bit selfish. Robert, I don't care what he wants to do with his individual numbers. I want him to be here.
You're right.
For the San Francisco Giants. Granted, it's only 1 year. I get it. It almost seems the Giants have missed out and they just wanted to sign a guy with a name. Doesn't it? Does anyone feel that way? Does anyone feel like you're signing more of the name than anything else? Does that feel that way, guys?
Geez, guys, we had guys in the chat tonight saying maybe they signed him so he'll get his 300th win as a Giant.
Who gives
a shit?
Who
cares?
Care.
So you sell a couple of freaking T-shirts and the season's tanked by June. God. And I think if you get a decent season from him, you're still talking. You know what, guys? You're hoping to get a decent, again, hopes. I hate that word. And it's going to be the story of 2025. I hope he has a great game.
That's all you can do.
Season. If we hope he has a good year, and that's a 500 year.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Hold on. You got to don't discount hope, because that's what baseball is all about. Hope. Baseball is all about hope. That's what it is. Because look, once the games start, you just don't know what's going to happen, man. You don't. You could have a fantastic year. You could have a shitty year. That's the beauty of the game. You just don't know what you're going to get. Now, there's guys who go in there day in and day out who take care of business. There are guys.
Toby, why didn't you just go out and just do what it did, do what it took, spend the money? Why couldn't we just get it done this year and get a starting pitcher? Then
I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to pay.
Sports Talk Live in here. Oh, shit. He's gone to Arizona. Why did we get a deal done? It's always, would you rather do this and sign him? And Eric, what about next year? The opportunity was in front of us on a silver platter, Eric, to get Corbin Burnes, and they let it slip aside. Why? We don't know yet.
We don't know. We just don't know.
I can't wait to find out what that's all. And isn't it funny? Giants are, mum's the word. Not, we didn't want him, didn't pay him enough. Just, I'd like to know what the hell the reasoning was and why that transpired.
And just real quick before we get ready to freaking shut it down here, Robert, Adames and Verlander will make a vast. They'll make a difference.
Yeah, in our wins-loss record, probably.
I'm not going to say vast, but yes, they will make a difference.
Negative. Yeah.
They'll
to
make
what
a difference.
degree, though, Eric?
Not much.
Not much.
Some. I mean, again, they're going to be a 500 team, right? And you never know. Maybe they get on a run and they could finish better than that. But I'm going to say about 500.
Benji, I would take that. He says, when Glenn gets heated, my advice is just stare at little Wilmer Flores sitting next to him and Mel. He even deserted me tonight.
Yeah.
Gone. I don't know where he was. I was looking for him, and he just said, screw this. I've had enough Giant Sports Talk Live. I think he's under the bed. He likes under there. Anyway, guys, I love the last two shows. Tonight was great.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Isn't it funny? We can throw together over 2 hours of Giant Sports Talk when really nothing is happening.
Yeah, well, it helps. It helps with the chat. The chat helps us along. Bring up different. Hey, we'll answer them. You guys answer or ask questions. We'll answer them. Try to do the best we can, and in doing what we do, and that's just talk baseball. We're just bullshitting, man. That's all we're doing, man.
If you came to the show thinking there'd be anything but,
no, we're not. Look, we're not.
Bullshit here.
Yeah, exactly.
Eric and I can lay it on pretty thick.
Yeah. All right, let's get the heck out of here, man.
Jeez, I'm feeling good tonight, Eric. Yeah, last night, what did I tell you at the end of the show? I said, let's keep it going. I'm ready. But I got to head over. I'm going to be over at, you guys can join me, by the way. I'm heading over to the studio. I'll be on oldies96.com for the greatest oldies of all time. You want to join me over there? Have at it. oldies96.com, and we'll have some fun.
Yeah, right on.
Keep me company. I'm on the air till 6 a.m, Eric. I need somebody to keep me awake, man.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for showing up.
Jobs, I don't know. Like Bernice says, you never know how to say no. And I'm like, a week into it, I'm like, what am I doing overnights for? I got to do noon hour, middays. I'm working 20 hours. And why'd I end up? The doctor, I'm in the hospital. I spent a night in the hospital a week ago. And they said, we got to put you on these heart pills. Like it's just my blood pressure, right? And the sinus pills and the what do you call them, antibiotics and blah 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 blah. And they said, you got to just calm down. Basically, Bernice is like, Jesus, he's a Giants fan. Calm down, Jesus. Even on a good day, I can't stay calm without some kind of crap going off the rails, Eric.
Yeah, I hear you.
These guys are great. I love our chat. Danny was in here. We had a Lou Marston sighting.
Yeah, it was cool, man. See Lou out there? Absolutely, man.
Yeah. Maybe I'll see him at the ballpark next year.
Sounds good.
Or
maybe all right, guys, let's get out of
here. Steakhouse. You never know. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. If anything breaks, as always, we will be here. First on the dial. Check it out. What's this? Dan comes at Glenn. Play in. What's this? Can I see this? Glenn, play in the year 2020 in honor of the next time the Giants are good. In the year 2525. Could be. We'll see. Gonna have a little bit of fairy dust, sprinkle something on that, wave the magic wand, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Hey, maybe there'll be some news tomorrow, but probably not. What are we going to talk about tomorrow, man? I don't know, man. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'm scraping.
Oh, we're having fun doing it. Thanks to our sponsors. Eric, I'll see you tomorrow night. Guys, good job in the chat. We'll see you guys. Well, thanks for coming in.
See you tomorrow night. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.